Miserlou, the melody. I have written it out. Underneath the chords part here, I've written out the notes and what fret to play them on. Now you can do the whole thing on string 1 or string 6, the E strings. Okay, first part, most everyone in the lessons has done this. Open, 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 11th, 8th, 7th. Now, if you're finding it hard to find your way up and down the string, don't forget that the dot for 5 and 7 is going to be really, really useful. So open first, well that doesn't really need any more explanation than that, just open and first. And then 4th, 5th, you're going up to fret 5. Do you need to have line of sight to your finger on the string? Or can you just look at the dot and gauge where you are? Can you feel the fret with your finger without looking at it? As guitarists, unfortunately, we can't always have the benefit of looking over here and seeing our fingers on the frets. Normally, when we play, we can only really see the back. I'm looking here at the back of my neck and I've got dots here to guide me. Open, 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 11th, 8th, 7th. I like to use my pinky up here. And for these other combinations, I like to use finger 1 and 2, finger 1 and 2 at fret 7, pinky, then back to there. So that's the first line. That sounds good. Everyone, has shown me that, like they can pick that up and they like the sound of it. It might be a bit tricky at first finding all those frets, but if you like the unusual sound of those sharps and how they're working, then you'll enjoy doing that part. Okay, so I've called that ascent because I went up. Now descent, going down, I've got line 2 here. Now you can read the notes, C, B, C, B, A, or you can read the fret numbers, up to you, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5. Personally, I find that reading the notes is easier. Okay, this part, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, and then 7, 5, 7, 5, 4. Okay, and then finishing off with, that kind of wraps up that line. So that line again, 8, 7, 8, back to 5, and then 7, 5, 7, 5, 4, finishing with the doo-doo. That wraps it up nicely, and then the third line of this part, 7, 5, 4, and then. So what you have is there's lots of little 2-note combinations. Lots of little 2-note combinations. Here you've got fret 5 and 4, and over here you had fret 7 and 5, and up here you had 8 and 7. So that part again, C, B, C, B, A, B, A, B, A, G, E, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, A, B, A, G, A, G, A, G, F, E. That's that part. It's so good. After you've done all that, you would go back to part 1. That's 2 times always on this part. That's our main part. We always repeat that bit. Okay? And then descent. And then working our way down again. Now, when I'm playing this, I'm using my index middle fingers. You might find that you like the power of the plectrum. So that was all downstrokes. You might find that you want to play it here instead. You might find that that's not powerful enough and you want to add some rhythm. So Dick Dale has done it like this. So with the pick, just going down and up. How do you do it fast? Well, you have to be able to move a little bit your elbow. That's why I keep my elbow off the instrument. Okay, so I'm moving from, I don't know if you can really notice that, I'm making little movements of my hand from this point. So this has to be free to move, otherwise it doesn't work. And I'm kind of balancing on this edge here, and I'm just sort of doing little movements like that. That's the technique, okay? So, and a little bit, you try to just get a little bit of your tip of your pick and just go down, up. Nice and fast, nice and small. So you get that going more or less mechanically, then you just play the notes. Holding the B there, lots of B's. Now you can count them exactly if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 equals 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 equals 8 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Some of you are doing that. Otherwise, you're just doing this. Okay, now part 2, ascent. We are going to start at fret 5 and we're going to finish at fret 12. So we're going up to our high E. Fret 5 is A, and then fret 7, B, fret 8, the C, fret 11 is called D sharp, and then finishing on E. That's that part. Just play that once, and then we go fret 13, that's right. So this is similar to what happened in part 1 when we went down. We did a little combination. And then going back to that 8, 7. And then the last part, the fret 10 and fret 8. Now that bit at the end, that's actually probably the hardest bit because you have to go only one time on each note and moving quite fast. 8, 7, 5, 4, 1, 0. Just like that. So this part again. 5, 7. Very long notes here. And then. And then 10. 8, 7, 5, 4, 1. So that is going to be a bit of a handful for you guys. But what I recommend you do is you look at music, the fret numbers, look for patterns and see if you can see, when you break it down, it's not really that hard because you've got lots of just 2-note combinations. And if you can move freely from one fret to the next, from like that, and if you can move freely between these frets, and if you know your frets that you use in this song, then it's not too hard. So we're using fret 10 in there, sometimes fret 10, sometimes fret 11. So not a super easy piece, but you should at least aim to play this bit really well. Okay, next video I'm going to play these parts with the metronome. So if that's okay and you can do all that, then come back for more practice.